made it home, I dug her out, then I made her one of my aces. Marijuana fragrance, this tree here is outrageous. Want me to play in your city? Send an email to my agent.
We're getting Logan Morrison back, but at a cheaper price than I expected. Top second base prospect Bo Schaefer will be on the move for Logan Morrison. Morrison comes back from the Baltimore Orioles. I felt I had the ability to trade Bo Schaefer because of the fact that we also have Chad Willis, another top second base prospect. But here's the blockbuster deal we're going to do. We're going to acquire Garrett Cole and Jameson Taillon for Brett Cecil, Mike Aviles, and Henderson Alvarez. So a pretty good deal. We're also going to get a throw-in reliever, Mark Melancon. You can take a look at the National League All-Star team here. You are going to notice that our one representative from the Miami Marlins for this All-Star team is going to be Miguel Sano. So I know a lot of you people wanted me to trade Sano, but he's been my best player so far this season. So I found a cheap price. We're getting Morrison back. My plan now is going to be to platoon them all. I think I found a way, like, what is it? Morrison plays against, like, righties, and Sano plays against lefties because of his massive power. When we play American League teams or whatever, and we have the DH available, we'll always just play one of them at DH. So you'll notice they'll still get a good amount of at-bats. And, yeah, so anyway, we have a gameplay against the Atlanta Braves here. And I'm really happy about getting Logan Morrison back. It reminds me a lot of the Doug Mirabelli situation. Was it before the 2006 season or something on the Red Sox, when he was let go in free agency and then they traded for him back a month into the season. But yeah, it reminded me a lot of that. But I really wanted to get Logan Morrison back. Like I said, I had this idea of building around the guys that I kind of had here. And I know Henderson Alvarez was one of those guys, but I looked at an opportunity to get Garrett Cole and Jameson Taillon, and I couldn't pass it up. So anyway, hopefully I don't regret that decision like I did the Morrison one, because at first when I got the Morrison trade, I was like, oh, I have a great opportunity to get Machado. Why pass that up? But anyway, we're using Jameson Taillon today on the mound against Chris Medlin. Taillon struggled so far this year. This is his first career season with the Pittsburgh Pirates. He has struggled this year, but we're hopefully going to help turn that around today. And manager Mike Redmond is going to throw out the following lineup for today's ball game against the Atlanta Braves. We have Castro, Solano, Stanton, Morrison back in there at the 4 spot. I'll talk about that in a sec. Puig, Soler, Sano at third today, and Bradley. Machado would usually get the start today. Machado is the full-time third baseman, and Sano and Morrison platoon at first. But today I decided to give Sano the start at third, give Machado the day off, and that's what I like about this kind of core now. We have a lot of versatility around the infield. Morrison can play the outfield. Machado can move to short. We don't really have a backup second baseman, but I feel fine putting Machado at second base since he does play shortstop. So it shouldn't be too hard of a transition. I know that the positions are a bit different, but I feel that it's fine if I put him there in a video game. It's not going to be a big deal. But either way, so yeah, I wanted to put Logan Morrison in there fourth because, one, that's where he was before he got traded, and two, that is a really good way of breaking up the lineup. We have 7 righties in our lineup. If you don't count the pitcher, it's only 6. But like most days, our pitcher's a righty. I think the only time it isn't is Matt Moore. I think he bats lefty as well. So, you know, we needed another left-handed bat. That's one of the reasons why I wanted Morrison back. And putting them in the 4 hole moves Puig and Soler back down. As you can see, Morrison, his first at-bat, back with, well, actually, this wasn't his first at-bat. This is the first at-bat I used him back. He's going to end up getting an RBI ground out, and we take an early 1-0 lead on Chris Medlin. But yeah, I put him in there fourth. It kind of breaks up the order, puts a lefty in front of 2 righties. And here, Yasiel Puig takes this one to deep right field. That one is going to get over the wall into the bleachers for a solo home run. So Yasiel Puig extends the lead to 3-0. Manager Freddie Gonzalez, the former Marlins manager, who I actually completely forgot he used to manage the Marlins, but he's done a pretty good job in Atlanta. I wouldn't say a phenomenal job. Definitely been some playoff disappointments recently, but either way, I guess, I don't know if you consider 2011 a playoff disappointment. It was kind of just a end of the season collapse disappointment, but it doesn't compare to my Red Sox collapse. God, either way. Anyway, so 3-0 here, top 1. And Medlin finally gets out of the inning as Miguel Sano will ground out to the second baseman, and that will retire the side. But the Marlins get 3 first-inning runs, and that will be a big help for Jameson Taillon, who can kind of throw up some strikes here. But he leaves a pitch over the middle of the plate, and this is bottom 4. Chris Johnson takes this one opposite field for a solo shot. So Chris Johnson, the man acquired in the Justin Upton trade, he was a bit of a throw-in. Kind of reminds me of the Mike Lowell, Josh Beckett, Hanley Ramirez trade when Lowell was kind of a throw-in, but he really has performed well for the Braves this year. I know he hit like 450 or something for the first few weeks of the season, but he is probably going to be an all-star this year. He has performed quite well, and I think he used to be on the Houston Astros too. Can't quite remember, but I'm pretty sure. Either way, later in the inning, still that is going to be a double 4. I couldn't quite tell who that was, but Tyon starting to run into some trouble here. He had a very steady first 3 innings. That was Freddie Freeman, it looks like, but he's starting to unravel here as we're still bottom 4. Here is, I believe, Evan Gaddis, and Gaddis hits that one into right field for a base hit. That's going to go for extra bases, and a run will score, so it's an RBI double for the now full-time catcher of the Braves, as Brian McCann has moved on to, I believe, the Washington Nationals. So Gaddis gets himself in there, and now here is, I think, Nate Sherholtz, and Sherholtz hits this one to right field. Stanton is going to come up throwing. The throw to the plate is in time. It was offline, but he let him right into the runner. So we throw Gaddis at home, and that will end the inning. Stanton kind of giving his pitcher a break here, and that was really needed. That could have been worse than it turned out to be. But thank you, Giancarlo Stanton, for coming up big. And here's Starlin Castro getting things started with a leadoff single. Well played by the left fielder. So Castro will be held at first with just a single, but we do get a base runner nonetheless, trying to give some support or whatever for insurance for Jameson Taillon. Here, Solano slaps one into center field. That will be a base hit. Castro moves up to second base, and now we have runners on first and second with no outs, and the meat of the lineup coming up. Great hitting by Donovan Solano. He's really bounced back this year from a down year last year. Actually, there's one out, excuse me. Standing up here, Stan takes this one into right field, and that is going to end up getting out of the park. For a while, it looked like it was just going to be a line drive that might get down at some point, but it kept carrying and carrying and carrying, and Stanton has himself a 3-run home run. We extend the lead now to 6-2, and Chris Medlin, a pitcher that I feared a bit coming into this game due to the fact that he is, I believe, a 99 overall still. But I really got to the best of him today, and we got 6 runs off of him in even under 5 innings so far. So very happy with how the offense performed today, and having Logan Morrison back in the lineup once in a while is going to really help. Still top 5. Here's Yasiel Puig up 0-2 count to him. Puig gets this one, and it's going to be back up the middle for a base hit. So a 2-out base runner for the Marlins, as that one was a missed throw by the cutout, or missed throw by the center fielder, but it did not lead to anything. So anyway, we get a runner on first base with 2 outs, trying to get a little 2-out magic here. And that would be it for Chris Medlin. Christian Martinez will be the new pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. He enters the game with a 2.03 ERA. Very solid year so far. 39 strikeouts in 44 innings. Solaire's up here, still top 5. Solaire hits that hanging curveball to deep left field, and that is a no-doubt shot. That was a hanging curveball that landed right in the heart of the play, right in the middle, and it was away gone. 428 feet. No doubt on that one, and Jorge Soler, it blows this game open. The lead is now 8-2, and the Marlins look like they are well on their way to a victory. We are, I believe, 2.5 games back entering this game of the Braves for that first wildcard spot. Right now, I believe, what is it, the Nationals and Braves are like tied for the division lead. We're like 2 games back of it, and then the third wildcard team is like 7 games back of it. So pretty much we're like, I don't know, it's probably going to come down to us 3 in the playoffs. The question right now is the positioning of those 3 teams. 2 of them are going to have to play in the wild card game. 1 of them is going to get a bye. But either way here, running into some trouble a little bit in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's going to be a leadoff double for the Atlanta Braves. Taillon still on the mound, and I believe I left him in a bit too long here. Still bottom 7. Here is Mike Carp, pinch hitter. He hits that one just under the glove of Sano at third. Maybe Machado makes that play. No guarantees. I don't know. Machado is very stellar in the field, but either way, the run will score, and Mike Carp has himself an RBI pinch hit single, I believe. I don't think he got to second base. So anyway, Mike Carp has been phenomenal for the Red Sox so far this season. Here later in the inning, 2 outs. We're going to get Andrelton Simmons to strike out swinging. So that will wrap up the inning. We get out of the 7th, only allowing that 1 run, and it is still a 5-run ball game. That would be it for Jameson Taillon. Very good performance out of him. Not the best, but it's really what I'm looking for. He slots in there as our 4th starter in the rotation. So actually, he's our 5th starter. So, you know, whatever we can get out of him, we're not looking for anything stellar, but I'm excited about his future. I do have a bit of concerns about re-signing him in the future. We'll see what we do with that. Him and Cole will demand big contracts, and we all know the financial situation of the Miami Marlins, but oh well, we'll see what we can do. I'm not too worried about it now, because I honestly think this team could make a World Series run. I mean, who knows? We have performed very well lately. Badenhop is in here to pitch the bottom of the 9th. He's going to strike out that batter looking on the, what was that, a slider outside or something outside? I couldn't quite tell, but anyway, 2 away now in the inning. Runner on first, Simmons up. Simmons, this one to Morrison at first. Morrison will flip it on to Badenhop for the out, and that will wrap up this game. We end up winning 8-3. cut the division lead or the wildcard leader. I can't remember. It's always getting jumbled around, but I know those are the two teams really competing right now with each other, and we're just a game or two back, it seems, constantly. But either way, we get the win. It was a big win. We end up taking, what, 2 out of 3, I think, from this team in this series. So that was a big series. And I think in one of the later episodes, I might do, like, later this season, I think I have 2 more regular season videos coming up. If the last one, if it comes down to like the last game of the season or something, or the last series of the season, what I might do is I might actually play that entire series and put all like 3 or 4 games into one video. I might do that. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think of that. Anyway, it's going to wrap up this video, so I thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and so I'm out. Peace.